Right, guys, we on to Kenilworth. Welcome, Andrew.
Hi, Hilton. Everything good?
All good, all good. So we have a 8 race program at Kenilworth, and it's nice to see my favourite jock, Michaela McKell, riding down there. So all good, all good. And we'll kick off in race 1 with
Place to start.
Kenilworth welcomes you maiden juvenile plate over 1,200 metres. And the betting is as follows: 8 to 10 Aqua Kalide, 9 to 2 Godric Gryffindor, 9 to 2 the expensive baby La Soleil, and 6 to 1 and better the rest. So taking it away, Andrew, I think for me, I've got my best bet on the card here, Aqua Kalide. I was very impressed with his first run, top horses. I know Kalahari King didn't come and frank the form, but I'm not too worried about that. I think it just didn't act that day for some reason. But this horse was an impressive looking horse. Eric Sands horses normally need one run or 2 runs. Good trainer, and I think this horse very hard to beat. Unless the only danger for me is this horse La Soleil, but it'll have to be very good. He has got the quality breeding wise because they paid $4 million for him. But I think Aqua Kalide very hard to beat. Over to you.
You know what Aqua Kalide means or what it is?
No idea.
It's a thermal spa in Bulgaria.
Brilliant. Hopefully after it wins, we can afford a ticket to go there.
I don't think it's too expensive to go to Bulgaria. I think they send you there for free tickets. Nothing wrong with Aqua Kalide. Form, I believe there was a lot of money for this horse early doors on the first start, then drifted out, then ran a decent race behind Kalahari King that day. Le Soleil, 4 million. Horses don't know how much they cost, but he is very well bred out Vercingetorix and Clouds Unfold. Excuse me. I think the race is deeper than that. The one that I'm not too enamored with is number 6, Godric Gryffindor. He's held, even though a cracking run behind St. Harry in his second start. I would go for a little bit of value here on number 4, Another Hero each way. Pierre Cornet also rides, drawn 4 for the Greg Enion yard. Their juveniles have been fairly solid, and this one seems to have gone the other way. They've run a good race, run a not a bad race. Disappointed on their second start, a couple of them. El Coyote being one, and then ran a decent race again on his third start. So Magma Flow ran behind Magma Flow, ran 4th, then improving every time behind the Cullinan. What price is Another Era? Did you mention it? Sorry.
Yeah, like 6 to 1.
Yeah, I think would be a solid each way bet, and I think will improve, but probably has the first time a little Soleil if it is fancied and alive. Did we manage to look at the comments? What Mr. Snaith said? They normally give us the comments.
Yeah, I see. He's expecting a decent run.
Okay, so
he wasn't over bullish. He just said nice type and should go well.
One of his bigger owners, and I think we'll probably have Aqua Kalide to beat my each way selection.
Yeah, we'll definitely have Aqua Kalide to beat. I'm saying overs, cadavers.
Sure. Stop stealing their words.
All right. Moving on swiftly to race 2. We know the guys don't like to be bored with chit chat, so we're trying to keep it short and sweet for the guys. Race 2. This is join the Racecourse Turf Club Maiden Juvenile Plate, 1,400 meters. The betting is as follows: it's good, it's nice. 22 to 10, Spinnaker 5 to 2, Captain's Angel 28 to 10, Hero's Journey 7s 8 to 1 and better the rest. Over to you, Andrew.
Sorry, what did you say the favourite was?
Number 9, it's good, it's nice.
Nothing wrong. One of the 3 runners from the Vaughan Marshall yard, drawn 9, ran behind From the Islands on debut. Wasn't really fancied that day. Was 10 to 1 in the market, so maybe come up on them. There are other runners. Hero's Journey with your pet, one of your favourites. Michaela Michelle on board, still that one, getting 1.5 kilos. Last time was eased in running the last bit. On the form, must be right there with number 9, It's Good, It's Nice. The other one of the Vaughan Marshall trio is Captain's Angel. Richard Ferree rides this one. Again, all together from the island form. A trappy race. I think it's yeah. I think there's more runners than the betting suggests. Even Spinnaker must have a chance behind Cullinan last start. You Made Me Look. Andrew Fortune rides. The step up in trip for this twice over colt must bring him into the reckoning. And even number 7, Made in Chelsea. Corner rides for the Kansas Backyard. Out of the top lot, I can't think I'd be diving in It's Good, It's Nice with the Zachy on board, Craig Zachy on board, even though I ran second on debut. I'd be have to looking for a little bit of value, and it would probably be an each way bet with Made in Chelsea. Stepping up every run, Big Rich Man's World, one of the better juveniles, running in the feature races, I think, on Saturday. Tag and Release behind Tag and Release ran third that day. There's been money every start for this horse, and if he keeps on improving, I think he'll run into the money. So it would be number 7, Made in Chelsea, an each way bet for me in a very, very competitive race. Don't scratch your head if you don't know the answer.
Andrew, I agree with you. I think it's a very tough race as well. I'm leaning towards Spinnaker, but good first run from It's Good, It's Nice. And obviously, Captain's Angel with the Ferree factor up, big runner. Made in Chelsea has been fancied both starts. Good run to Tag and Release. Yeah, I can't really get too excited about one horse on the nose here, but yeah, if I had to put my head out on a block, I'd say Spinnaker, my choice. But I also quite think Made in Chelsea might step up to the plate. But not an easy race to get involved. Okay. So moving on swiftly to race 3, we are betting as follows: Noonday Gun 22-10, Senior Dante 33-10, Give That Man a Bells 9-2, and 5-1 Fort Yukon. Lucky Fish, Aviator, Class 5, 1,400 meters. Let me take it away. I think this horse, Senior Dante with a Ferree factor on, for me would be my first choice. And Fort Yukon, I make the danger, but yeah, I'll tell you what, I can't get too excited. I mean, Noonday Gun is getting very long in the tooth. Let me just scroll down. 5 years old. I don't know, Andrew. I'll have to leave this race to you because I can't have a strong opinion. But I think Senior Dante, very big runner here. But not a confident selection.
Strangely enough, that's the one I don't like out of the top lot. I'm not sold. He's an enigma. I mean, they'll throw in a good race and they'll throw in a bad race. Interesting, 5 of these horses ran together behind Noonday Gun. And out of that lot, what I took away from the race, I thought Fort Yukon would improve. The stables improved, the Marcus Yard. JP rides a straw Slowgate one. But the one I'm most interested in this race, in a tough race, would be number 8, Give That Man a Bells. Andrew Fortune rides for Lucinda Woodruff. Going to forgive his last run, I'm not sure. He got pumped at the start. He got carried out. Callum Murray got everything wrong that day. He's going to lead, I should imagine, or sit second if something flies past Andrew Fortune. And I think he'll be pushing this one out to the line. Noonday Gun, form was solid, coming off a third, a second, and a win. Craig Zachy stays on board, so must have every chance. But I'm going to give That Man a Bells his last run. When it's got bumped, carried out, interfered with, will be leading, and hopefully that Mana Fortune can push him home for the win.
100%, man. All right, so moving on swiftly to race 4. The race 4 is 1,200 meters. Lucky Fish, Plinko, Open Maiden. The betting is as follows: Lava Strike 15-10, Spurious 5-2, Coffee Crunch 9-2. Don't want to better the rest.
Sure.
So, Andrew, I think you take it away.
Thanks, Hilt. A nice competitive Open Maiden. They always seem to find a result in a lot of these races. Let's go through a few of them. The Muffin Man, Michaela Michelle, second run gelding, held on the Versicat run. Lava Strike, the favourite. Versicat ran second. Got badly interfered with last time as well. Also hung in, humpered in the straight. Richard stuck with the stable. He's been taking quite a few rides for the staying yard, which is quite interesting. Versicat came out in the midweek and ran midfield. Did drift in the betting. It was a juvenile against older horses. Was up there and just didn't get home. Coffee Crunch, Muzieni rides for the Nels. Monticello's had plenty chances for the Humby yard. My two against the field would be Coffee Crunch. Number 5, that would be my first pick. I do think has got improvement. Lost 2 lengths at the start. Hopefully they've schooled him at the gate. He's well bred out of Futura, and I think he probably has Lava Strike to beat Pitstein and Richard Fourie. That's the race for me. Not a great race. Some weak horses in this field, and those would be my 2 against the field.
Yeah, I have to agree, Andrew. Well summarised. Fourie does ride quite a bit for Steyn. It's mainly for, as far as I know, from the he rides for Gajadar. They like him he likes him on his horses, which I can't blame him. So Lava Strike, definitely big runner. I'm not so wild on the Versicat form line. It came and ran nowhere. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago. So Coffee Crunch for me is the improver in the race. Also that same form line. So like you say, weak race. I agree with you. Monticello's had enough chances, so I can't get excited about that. I would probably lean on that basis towards Spurious, but having gone to PE and not being able to win there. But I do like the form on that South of France run, and Winter in Auckland, not a bad run. So I probably lean towards Spurious, but not an easy race. So moving on swiftly to race number 5, we have a bet with a tote, class 4, 1200 meters. And the betting is as follows. Winter Pearl 3-1, Loving Prague 33-10, Moody Blue 7-2, Kelp Forest 5s, 6-1 and better the rest. So I'll take it away. Andrew, we blessed with another tough race here. Winter Pearl, he's getting long in the tooth, but the stable's well and he is consistent. So I'll probably lean towards that. And then I've got to say, my second choice, probably Moody Blue or Loving Prague, but I'll have to pick your brain here because this looks a very tough race. And I mean, for someone to have a bet in this race, you've got to be a magician or some sort of thumbsucker. But very tough race in my book. I can't give a winning selection here. Over to you.
And those are very kind words, Hilton. I think anyone can have a bet anywhere. People find value, and that's what they look for. My first pick in the race is number 3, Groove Jet. I can't believe you never mentioned it, with Michaela Michelle on board.
I should have with my jock on, but I didn't, yeah.
She's drawn 3. I don't know, they must have a plan. It's either a plan or they're dropping her from 2,000 meters, 2,400, back to 1,200. Be interesting to see. I'm not sure why they've done it. They must have a plan, unless they think she's back to sprinting. She was an expensive yearling as well, cost over $1 million. Be interesting to see how she runs. I thought Loving Prague with Yeni on board, I think he will put up a big run. But I'm going to go for a little each way value here. Number 4, one of my favorite horses in training. Cliptown, Ungani on board, has won over course and distance and placed. Just behind them on Cork Bay was 6 lengths behind on the last start of the 1,200 meters. He got the blinkers on first time. I'm hoping the blinkers improve him, and I'm expecting a big run for number 4, Cliptown. What price is he, Hilton?
Cliptown is trading at 12-1.
Nice each way price. The one that I'm not too sold on is Moody Blue and Fast Train. I'm not, even though Van Merwe has chosen to ride this one above the other one, Groove Jet. Groove Jet will be a watch in case I think he's probably the best horse in the race, but 1,200 meters I don't think is his distance. And I said, in a very competitive race, I'll be having an each way bet number 4, Cliptown.
Excellent. Thanks, Andrew. Pressing on to race 6, Normandy Syndicate C Stakes, 1950. And the betting is as follows. Your favorite 15-10, Eric Liddell. 11-2, Scottish Lynx. 7-1 Gentleman Joe and Fort Liam, 8-1 and Bigger the rest. So I'll let you take it away, Andrew.
It looks like a race in 4. That's what the betting suggests. I'll start with number 2, Gentleman Joe from Nelyard, has the 4-pound claimer, 4-kilogram claimer, brings it down to 59 kilos. Dropping in trip, has been campaigning over further and been running on, won well with Richard Fairview on board to the moon on back. But I think the app is a negative. Scottish Licks, Van der Merwe have chosen to ride that. Came from the clouds over 1,800 meters to run second to Eric Liddell, but he does throw away his chances at the start. I mean, the last 4 starts, he's been slow away 3 of the times. You'll have to pick that. You'll have to change that. Phantom Man beat Master on the Moon last time over 2,000 meters, open maiden. I'm going to give that a pass. Fort Liam, consistent, done nothing wrong. Has had eight runs for a win and 5 places. The blinkers have improved this horse a lot, but he's held on the Eric Liddell run. And that would be my Andrew's arrow for the day. Number 9, Eric Liddell. This horse is run behind 10 Penny, a Bonelli, where he ran 4th. Step up to the 1,800, Andrew got on board. And the way this horse won last time was very eye-catching. Again, the only problem is that another one that likes to be tardy at the gate. If he's not too far behind, I think Eric Liddell has found his form now, and I think he'll take a power of beating.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. As we said last time, I mean, it's probably because of the tight gravel track that he hasn't come up here. But he's taken a while to find his feet. But he's as Dees Dynant would say, he's a scorpy individual. And I definitely agree with you. He's the horse to beat. The only problem is Andrew had to get stuck into him, and Andrew doesn't often get stuck into them. So he found his feet very late, but he was very impressive, and he pulverized the second favourite Scottish Lynx last time. So I'll be very surprised if that horse can turn it around. So for me, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. He's on the up, very hard to beat. Yeah, one or two dangers. So it's not like it's an aimer, but
it's an arrow, not an aimer. It's Andrew's arrow.
It's an arrow, correct. So I'm gonna be with you on that, and yeah, that's the way I see it as well. So we'll keep it short and sweet. On to race 7. Race 7.
Just let me reiterate. There's 2.5 kilos for 2.5 lengths, and they'll both be coming from behind. And who would you prefer, Van der Merwe or Fortune in the finish?
Yeah,
only one answer.
I don't. Yes, correct. But on the improvement factor, even though there's a weight turnaround, I think Eric Liddell's definitely got the improvement and the extra ground. So I'm with you on that. So moving on to race 7.
Best race of the day.
Pocket Power. Boy, he was good. Listed 1950. Betting as follows. Future Free 16-10, Magic Verse 3-1, 9-2 Pay the Palace, and 5-1 Prairie Dawn, 7s and better the rest. So I'll take it away, Andrew. Yeah, I like this horse, Future Free, but very hard ridden. Andrew got a fine for this horse last time, excessive use of the whip, I think, if I remember correctly. But I can't say I'd be diving and falling over my feet at the 16-10. I mean, there are some serious dangers here, starting with Prairie Dawn. I mean, he's a good horse. There's Otto Lucan, I know, a bit of a lurker. The excellent French jockey, Michaela Michelle on Pay the Palace, excellent last run. I mean, 2 lengths Major Master, you can't fault. So Future Free and Magic Verse, obvious run at 2 lengths La Pulga. So whatever happens, Future Free is not going to have it all his own way here. So I can't really be confident on anything. If I had to tip something, I'd say Prairie Dawn each way. But yeah, over to you, Andrew.
Thanks, Hilton. Yeah, it's quite a small field for a listed feature. Interesting Griff. The Griff of Cape Town Justice is 3 of the 7 runners. Pay the Palace hasn't won for 442 days. Richard Fairview sticks with us. Wasn't too bad last start, got eased and bumped. so must have every chance, but it is a step up in trip. If he takes to the step up in trip, must have a chance. Otto Lutkin, my first pick in the race, but not a confident pick. The blinkers stay on. Michaela Michelle drawn 2. A lot of these horses are right on top of each other behind the La Pulga form line, and I would just be going for a bit of value in the race, and I'd be going for Otto Lutkin. Sheriff John Stone's going to win a race one day. Did so well overseas, but has not. There's been money for this horse, outside support for this horse every time he's run, but he's well held on both La Pulga form lines. Time for Love, and give that a skip. Yenny and the Ricks. Prairie Dawn. This is a big step up in class. 3 runs ago, just won a maiden, and last time out over 1600, stepping up in trip as well. So we'll have to improve for that. Future 3 loses at the start every single time. And even though Andrew Fortune on board, I'm going to have to give that a miss. And Magic Force, it was a strange ride last time. He was very handy. He come up the outside. I think he's a very decent sort as well. So I'm going to be sticking with the 2 Boards, Greg and Gina Boards colours, Otto Lutkin for the Crawford Yard, and the 7 Magic Verse for Justin Stone, being my first pick. Your jockey, Michaela Michelle.
Brilliant. I'll shout her home. So just quickly on Sheriff John Stone, having come from overseas, do you know where it came from? It looks like Ngong to me.
Was Nairobi? No, it's Kenya.
Yeah, isn't that Ngong?
Who's Gong? I don't know. It could be. I'm not sure. I'm just teasing.
Not for me. Sheriff John Stone, not for me.
But isn't he bottom of the board? But I'm just saying, mentioning to the viewers that there's been outside money for this every time.
Yes.
and did run 5 lengths behind Boogie Fight over 1600 when they put the blinkers on. And it's interesting that Corno's riding this instead of Time for Love for his stable.
Yeah, fair point. Okay, moving on, race 8. We have a Hollywood Bets Bright Future Open Maiden, 1600 meters. The betting is as follows. Mutiny in Heaven, 16-10. Charlie Bucket, 28-10. 6-1 and better the rest. Over to you, Andrew.
Yeah, I think that's the race. Mutiny in Heaven, improving. 3-year-old colt out of Dark Angel. Richard rides for the Crawford Yard, drawn stallway 3 for his retained owners. Versus the frustrating, hair-pulling number 2, Charlie Bucket. 3 seconds in his last 3 runs. He moves up like he's going to go past them standing still and just doesn't go on with it. It was so frustrating. So frustrating. I'm going to have to be going for the favourite here, number 3, Mutiny in Heaven. Was unlucky last start. He got bumped. He got turned inwards behind Super Viking and he just didn't get home. I think the extra 200 meters, Richard Ferree on board, he will take a power beating, and I think the only danger in the race is number 2, Charlie Bucket. That also has been running second all the time. The rest, I'm afraid, they have a chance, but the one carrying 49, number 7, Faith of Pace, with Muller on board carrying 49 kilos, ran behind Who Is She last start. The low weight can put her in the race, but I think the 2 and the 3, Mutiny in Heaven, my first pick, Charlie Bucket, my second pick. That would be the race for me, and include the 7, Fate of Pace with the low weight in back end of quartets and trifectas.
Yeah, I totally have to agree with you, Andrew. The winner will come from Charlie Bucket or Mutiny in Heaven. The interesting thing is it's very difficult to separate the 2 of them. And the thing that makes it interesting is Mutiny in Heaven has to give 1 kg, obviously being an open maiden. So it makes it tricky. I mean, I watched the replay last time and sure, I can't separate them. They both look pretty much of a muchness. If I had to thumb suck, I'd probably lean towards Charlie Bucket. I mean, the last run was excellent, albeit in the soft. Remember that day. So, but it's very tough. I mean, if I tip Mutiny in Heaven, I know what will happen. Charlie Bucket will win. If I tip Charlie Bucket, Mutiny in Heaven will win. But so for me, I'm saying the guys, thin race, winner will come from one of those 2.
I can't argue with you. I just think Mutiny in Heaven only having had 3 starts against Charlie Bucket, who's had 10
Yes,
starts. There seems to be an improvement coming.
yes,
Every run he's improved, Mutiny in Heaven.
yeah.
And for me, I
I
think
can't
we'll
argue.
take a power beating, even though the kilogram, Charlie Bucket getting the kilogram. I think the Richard Furey on board is slightly stronger than Gareth Wright. So for me, that'll be my closing winner for the day.
JP, isn't JP riding Charlie Bucket?
No, but I said Richard Furey instead of Gareth Wright on Mutiny in Heaven. I think he's the
Oh, I
stronger
see what
rider.
I
I
see
think
what you're
so.
saying. Yeah,
That'll
100%.
negate the kilogram
Yes.
difference from their run
No,
when
fair
they ran
point.
together.
No, fair point. Thanks so much for summarizing the card with me, Andrew. Happy punting, as you say.
No, I
Stay
never say
safe.
that. I say stay safe and be lucky. Not happy
Stay,
punting.
stay safe and be lucky.
Have
I
a
love the computer form comment that some of these guys put. You know, sometimes in the computer form they say, keep safe. I'd love to know what the hell that means, but anyway.
Don't walk
So
in
let's
dark
wish
areas where it's unlit and you know there's scabengas.
Yes.
But just have
So
fun.
let's hope Michaela McKell's first trip to Cape Town is successful. It's nice to see her riding there, and over and out until the next podcast, Andrew.
Cheers. It'll probably be next Thursday when we do Fairview again. Have a great Sunday, and let's hope we find a few winners, and so do you.
Thanks, Andrew.
Cheers, Yelt.
Cheers.